All right, we ready?
I think we got this. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, you want to see this weird bug I found the other day? Look at this. I went to school on Monday.
Well, you are a weird bug, but yes.
Yeah, look at this.
Whoa.
What the hell is that?
Whoa. Well,
Right?
I don't think they can see.
What the hell is this? Can anyone just tell me what the hell this thing is? Please, someone just in the comments.
On a couch talking sports, bug enthusiast. What kind of bug is that?
It's got the yellow parts of a bee, but it also looks like a dragonfly, and it has like a little spindly thing.
Now we know. Well, now we know the answer. What happens when bees and dragonflies procreate?
So look at this thing.
Interspecies breeding.
I love this bug, but what the
The
hell
world
is
may
it?
never know, man. The world may never know.
I will tell you, this bug definitely got the photo shoot of its life the second I saw it. But I mean,
Now, if you don't know, now you know.
Now we know.
and knowing is half the battle.
And knowing is half the battle.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. As always, I'm Robbie. This is Kyle. Kyle, how are you, buddy?
Doing all right. A little hot tonight. A little hot in here, but
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
a little
It's
humid.
definitely the humidity has definitely ratcheted up a notch, and it is definitely feeling like the dog days of August and the dog days of summer as we literally enter the final days of August. September's in less than 48 hours, people. Bring it on.
Let's go.
Not
Here we
the
go.
movie.
Fall.
Not the movie, but just bring it on.
It's a pretty decent movie, at least. Yeah. I'll watch it. But
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Kristen Dunst.
It's true, yeah. Very, very valid point. Anyway, we are back for another episode. Hope everybody's doing well out there. And before we get into the core of tonight's episode, we obviously want to send a special shout out to our two sponsors, and I'm actually getting them at the beginning of the episode this time as opposed to nearly forgetting till the very end. We want to send a special shout out to Wes Woodson and Zion Organizing, both big fans and big supporters of the show, as well as Marvel at the Movies and the Sports Blitz, both of which, by the way, have had new episodes drop recently, and some really good stuff from the content factory that is our little YouTube trilogy that we have going on over here. So, including this show, which was the OG show, by the way.
It was. It's where it all began.
It's where it all began, and it really brought all these forces together to create the trilogy. So
It's kind of like the Avengers, you know. It's kind of like how the Avengers began with like the first Iron Man movie. So we're kind of like the Iron Man, and the rest of the shows are kind of like the other series. You know, like I would say like your show is kind of more like a Captain America of like sports, and Doug and I's are kind of all over the place, like the Guardians of the Galaxy. So
well, it's very fitting that you are Marvel at the Movies. So
yeah.
It checks out. It really does.
I'm probably gonna bring this whole analogy like when we do our next episode. Just
Marvel
full
at the
disclosure.
Movies.
So
Doug, if you're watching this, watch out. He's got analogies. But anyway, again, big shout out to Wes and Zion Organizing, and of course, as always, their links will be in the description. Excuse me. So, to tonight's episode. So, Kyle and I were not on air last week, and that was because we had the occasion to go to another sporting event. Yes, Kyle and I have been going to a lot of sporting events together recently, or just doing a lot of like outdoor sports related stuff, which has been great. It's always a great time when we get to mix sports and hanging out. So what we did last week, Thursday night to be exact, was Kyle and I headed over to Boston College, which is, if you know us and have listened to the show, you know we've been to a lot of different sporting events over at BC throughout the years, and so this added to the list. But we actually went to a team that neither one of us had been to before, at least together. I'm still debating whether or not I went to a game from this team many years ago, but regardless, it was the first time attending this particular team together, and that was the BC women's soccer team. Kyle and I had the opportunity to take in their game versus Michigan at home Thursday night. Great game, by the way. Just right off the bat, great game, great crowd, just a beautiful night for soccer. Fortunately, BC came out. BC came out on the short end, just barely. It was a really hard fought game, but Michigan did score the only goal of the game in the second half and ended up with a 1-0 victory, 1-0 as they say in the soccer world or football world if you're from elsewhere. But yeah, it was just another really lovely sporting event with my buddy here. And so Kyle,
That was fun.
just wanted to get your thoughts on the BC women's soccer action that we witnessed.
I mean, it was cool. It was actually one of two soccer games I attended to kind of like just recently, because I was watching our good friend Jerome, who has been on the show a couple times before,
yes.
and he actually started
Shout out
his own.
Jerome.
Yeah, good Jerome, and he started his own soccer league. He's doing like a rec soccer league. That's like actually not even that far away from here, but so it was kind of cool like going there, but also like see like the women's soccer there, and it was. I'm really kind of like, I think after seeing that too, I feel like I've kind of gained a bit of a new appreciation for soccer because it's very, when you see kind of like how the game works, it's very different from, I feel like a lot of the other kind of more like games that take place on a field, and you do like have to kind of mix strategy with like speed and agility and stuff like that. So I kind of appreciate that. Like I just never realized that before because last time I don't really watch a lot of soccer games before, and last time I played soccer I think was maybe in like 5th grade, like a pickup game that we did on the playground. I don't know. So as you can see, my knowledge of soccer is very limited, but it was cool just kind of seeing how the game worked again, and I feel like both teams like played pretty well. They were very good like defensively and on both ends, and I feel like they both really did give it their all. But it just so happened that Michigan just was just turned out to be the victor. But I will say though too, I did like the field a lot. I thought it was a really great field to have night games. It was very well lit. I was telling Robbie actually when we were there. So yeah, it was just a fun experience. Don't expect any like fancy concessions or stuff like that. Like you just go for the game. They got plenty of places around the area anyways that you can go get food. So
Kyle is being very nice and saying the fact they don't sell concessions at these games. So even if you want some, it was interesting. One thing that I found out. So I actually, following our trip there on Thursday night, I actually went to another BC women's soccer game on Sunday afternoon. Just myself, they were playing Holy Cross and they won that one.
Oh, cool.
Pretty handily. But what I learned actually just from sort of overhearing various conversations around me was that where the BC soccer field is right next to like some houses. So like literally where Kyle and I were sitting, we were kind of sitting on this like grassy hill over by the stands, and like literally you're up against this fence which really backs up to another fence that backs up to a house. So it's like it's pretty close to some residential properties there. But what I learned is that because of its closeness to like the house and stuff like that, they're actually not allowed to play music at the BC soccer field. Ooh. Which I felt kind of interesting. A D1 college game without the ability to play music is kind of tough. And then what I learned is that for anyone, if you've ever been to the BC Newton campus field complex, it's the soccer field. All right, I'm going to use these two pillows. This pillow is the soccer field. Literally right over here is the field hockey field. And what I learned from, again, just overhearing conversations is that you actually can play music on the field hockey field because it's far enough away apparently from where the houses are, but because the soccer field is like right next to the houses, you can't play music on the field. So good old neighbors strike again, ruining people's fun. Anyway, don't get me started on that rant, given where Kyle and I both call our hometown. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, Kyle, you know. So no, I just thought that was kind of interesting, but I mean,
parallel.
But to Kyle's point, the field is beautiful. I mean, it's a nice turf field with great lights, a lot of parking. You know, basically there's multiple parking lots, like basically right next to the field.
Yeah.
Pretty easy to get to. You know, you basically like go into like the BC Law campus entrance, and then you like just make like one or two turns, and wind your way down the field. So it was a great night. It was a great night. I know BC lost, which is always unfortunate, but the bottom line is that we were there, for the game, but also, you just got the social aspect, two friends just taking a sporting event together. That's sometimes even the more important thing. So
that's all you need,
Yeah, it was a great time was had by all. So I'm glad we were able to do it.
Yeah, that was great. It was. I would definitely go back there for another game. Like now, that's for the men and women. You said, right?
Correct.
The soccer
yes,
field.
both men and women's soccer. Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah, no. It was, plus, it was just a good time to go. Like, I feel like the summer is always like a really great time to go see a soccer game, especially because by that time of the night, like even if it's a really hot day, like it's gonna cool down, and no, it was just good. It was good. So. And
also, it's interesting. So, like, obviously, like I said, I went to. We went to the night game, and I went to a game Sunday afternoon where it was a little bit warm out. But like where that like hilly area, I sat sort of in that same hilly area.
Nice.
That Kyle and I did on Thursday, and it was like it's like right underneath trees, so it's like you get a nice sort of shady spot to watch the game.
Yeah, good coverage.
It was great. And you also have that fence, like kind of you can sort of sit up against, so you don't have to be like.
Yeah, in case you have a bad back like I do, you just gotta.
Exactly.
Support, so.
But no, it was just again just a really nice time, and again it wasn't. I think it wasn't like a blowout of a game. Like both teams played pretty evenly. Unfortunately, like I said, Michigan just was able to get the one goal there in the second half, and as I was mentioning, how about the crowd? I mean, it was a very good. Yeah. It was a great crowd. Like, I mean, there weren't really, if any, like empty seats or anything. Like, it was pretty full up.
I was surprised because they had a really. I mean, I think they had enough seats in the bleachers there. It was a pretty good. And I like how they gave you the option of like the bleachers or sitting on the hill and stuff like that. But no, actually, it was a really good turnout. A lot of people came down, and I can tell a lot of people are really like following this team, and that's good. That's good that they got the support there. So
absolutely, couldn't agree more. Any other any sort of final thoughts on the experience? I know we kind of did the general ones. Anything else you want to add?
No, I'd say it was pretty cut and dry. It was just a really really fun time, really good game, and I think BC in general just has. They're BC. They have really good fields.
Yeah, I was about to say they have great athletics facilities over there. I mean, yes, is their gym maybe a little bit gym/hockey rink a bit on the smaller side compared to like the other big schools out there? Yes, but I mean, it really is just whatever facility you go to at BC, it's just a great place to watch a game, whether it be the football stadium or the baseball or softball fields or the soccer and the field hockey fields I've never been to like a swim meet or anything like that, but I'm sure even though like walking by their pool a couple of times, like it's a very nice looking pool, so it's like you really can't go wrong when it comes to athletic events at BC. So it was another great time as always. So, now we're going to transition to the second half of our episode. And a quick programming note for me. Starting next week, or next episode, whenever that may be, whether it be next week or whenever, will be the debut of this season of Robbie's favorite football recap. Because the BC football team opens up their season this coming Saturday with
Sweet.
a home game against Rutgers. And if you know me, you know how much I love BC football in the fall, and cannot wait for another season. And I definitely will be at the game, barring any unforeseen circumstances. I will be there on Saturday for their home opener against Rutgers. Can't wait. And so it's just very exciting time. Again, football season's
Cool.
back. Fall is upon us in less than a month here. And Robbie's favorite football recap will be making a return to the airwaves here. And also,
I feel like we just ended that too. That's the weird thing. I'm like, wait.
also because the NFL season is sort of quickly coming upon us, it'll also be the return of the fantasy football recap.
Oh, yes.
As well. So lots of exciting football related things coming up. But speaking of fantasy football, I know it kind of a perfect segue, kind of not, but no, for my final thought of the evening, I kind of want to. No, this is going to be necessarily a rant, but it's going to be kind of a PSA to all of those of you out there that play fantasy football. If you're in a league, especially a free fantasy football league, first of all, you really shouldn't be bitching about the league rules. And second of all, even if you don't like the league rules, you should not, under any circumstances, quit the league 2 hours before the draft is supposed to start. Like, that is a load of crap. So, in case you haven't picked up on it already, I am in a fantasy football league that was supposed to draft last Sunday evening. And I literally, the draft was supposed to be at 7:30. I get an email at 5:30. Well, actually, it was a chain of emails at 5:30. And there's one particular member of the league who's like emailing the league complaining about the fact that the commissioner had made some slight changes to the rules and positions, so close to draft time. And the commissioner's like, as long as it's before draft time, I mean, everything is really kind of fair game. It really wasn't that big a deal, blah, 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 blah. And this person proceeds to go like, well, I only do serious leagues, so I'm out, and literally quits the league less than 2 hours before the draft is supposed to start. And I guess that was only the person that I saw, because I guess some other people why? Hold on, let me finish, and then you can.
I have a question, but keep going. Yeah.
I guess a couple people actually other people, I should say, kind of got a little bitchy, to put it nicely, and. Decided to bail out of the league at the last minute as the screen has gone dark. Oh, there we are. You guys couldn't see that, but we entered the abyss of just purple and darkness.
Setting the mood,
Exactly. So basically then I get sort of this all ends up with me getting an email that the league has unfortunately been deleted. And so the draft is canceled. And so unfortunately, I texted the commissioner being like, am I reading this right? He's like, yeah, unfortunately this happened. So we had to cancel the league. I'm like, oh, we were both kind of bummed because it's like, we're both really looking forward to it. I mean, it's a free fantasy football league. It should not be taken that serious. And luckily this person, I should say, well, I guess I kind of gave away at least the gender. But he did sort of form another league. Very quickly, so we are still going to be having a league, just drafting a week or two later than originally expected. But my PSA is this, people: you're in a free fantasy football league. You have no right to complain about the rules. But second of all, it's fantasy football. This is not life or death stuff. People, chill the F out. I'm sorry, hey, listen, I love fantasy football, but I do it for the right reason. I do it for, the fun and sort of camaraderie that it brings. I mean, Kyle and I have done leagues together. It's a fun time, playing against your buddies, co-workers, whatever the case may be. And just people take it so damn seriously. Again, it's a free, I understand if it's a money league or something like that. That's one thing. That, then I could maybe have some sympathy. But it's a free league, and now by your just sheer... Again, I'll call it what it is, bitchiness. I don't think I've used the word bitch like this many times in an episode before, but
Yeah,
I'm on a
you're
ring
going
here.
up to like Freddy Krueger / Breaking Bad Aaron Paul level.
But
Right
now
there.
you, but
That's
now
pretty
you
good.
ruined it for everybody else who's really looking forward to the league just because you can't handle, you can't handle not getting exactly what you want. Just like it just really frustrated me. Like again, luckily, a new league was formed, and so everything kind of worked out. But at the same time, just like just grow up, people. Like it's fantasy football. It's free fantasy football, and if you're gonna get that worked up over that, then you really need to reevaluate things. Now that I'm done, Kyle, I know I kind of stopped you from asking a question earlier, so please, what did you want to know / add?
It's more of a question / observation. So this person that says that they're I only do serious leagues, then why are you already in a free league? Is my question.
It's a valid point.
So
Valid point.
like,
Yeah, I mean, free leagues by definition. I mean, not that not like people don't like sort of take it seriously in the sense of being active and trying to win and stuff like that. But it's a free league.
Yeah.
What did you think this was? Like,
just like, okay, that's like you go to like a swimming class and you sign up for like a swimming class for like 3-year-olds. You're like, oh, I can't. This is ridiculous. Like,
I wanted the Olympic level.
I wanted the
class.
Yeah. It's like, well, you signed up for the 3-year-old swimming class. Like, what did you expect? It's like,
yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just...
No, it's ridiculous. People needed to to take a chill pill.
Yeah.
Was really what they needed to do. So that's my lovely, as gently as I could put it, fantasy football PSA to people. And thank you for your time and attention. And now I will move things over to a bit of a lighter note to another edition of the Sue's Reviews. Kyle, take it away, man.
All right, and so I know last time I said I had a lot of movies I wanted to get through, and yeah, I still do. Yeah, I've seen a lot of movies since throughout the summer, and honestly, I barely even know where to start. But I think I'll
start at the beginning because that's the best place to start.
Yes, I can't remember what the first movie was at this point, so I'll just start with Prey. So I really enjoyed the movie Prey. In fact, I enjoyed it more than I even anticipated. So for those of you that don't know, Prey is essentially a prequel to the Predator franchise. So the Predator franchise has been around for a while. They've been. I think the last movie came out in 2018, and the first movie came out in 1987. So that gives you a good little time span there. So yeah, and of course then you had the Alien vs Predator franchise, which that happened for 2 movies. So Predator is such an iconic movie character at this point. Like it's just one of the most badass sci-fi alien movies, and I just really liked it, especially the first one. I think the first one really stands up on its own, and it's just it's an action movie kind of thriller classic, and it's a movie I think everyone should watch. And this movie I thought was actually almost as good as the first one. I think this movie was by far the best of all the sequels. Prey. The main star, Amber, I think her name was Amber Midthunder. She was great.
Interesting last name.
Oh yeah, because she's of indigenous descent actually. So she played like an indigenous woman, and she was her story is she's trying to prove herself to her tribe, and this movie literally takes place in I think it was like it must have been like the 1700s, about like a long time ago. This is the first Predator movie that actually takes place during this time period, and she's trying to prove herself that she can join the warriors, basically of the tribe. And and what I like about the whole progression is that she starts off, she's not the most skilled at first, and then you kind of see her develop and like really grow as the movie goes on. But then it's like it starts off as a very kind of like it's a good character study, a really great setup, and like kind of a period piece, and then the Predator comes in and just kind of throws everything off. And And it was just such a great setup, and just like seeing how she, without any kind of technology, all the other Predator movies, they've all taken place in either some form of like the present or future. Um, and you have all, it's like present day, so people have guns, people have like grenades and stuff, but that wasn't the thing back then. So you're thinking, okay, how is she going to defeat this advanced like alien life form? And I think that's what makes the movie so engaging, and just like they put all the odds against her, and it's just like you really want to watch the movie all the way through the end. You're thinking, okay, is she gonna make it out? Is she gonna be able to defeat this thing? Like, and just that whole suspense, I thought, was really what worked with it. Like, the movie also, I really appreciate it. It was very practical. There wasn't that much CGI. The predator creature itself was played by a super tall guy. I forget his name. He must be like an athlete or something. But it was just it was all practical makeup, and everywhere they shot kind of like in the woods and the fields of I gotta look up exactly where it was, but everything was pretty much in camera, and the action was fantastic. It was beautiful. It was just like really well filmed, really well choreographed, and it's a movie I think that you guys really should see. I know a lot of people were probably put off by the first trailer. I was. The trailer didn't do anything for me, but then when I actually sat down and watched the movie, I realized I was watching a classic. That this movie is great. It defied all the odds, and because the last Predator movie I hated, I thought it was terrible. The 2018 The Predator, yeah, there was nothing The Predator about it. It was just a terrible movie, I thought. But I'm sorry, it just didn't work for me. This movie, I thought, really brought the Predator franchise back to its roots, but also introducing kind of something new to it. So I really, really strongly advise you guys watch this movie. It's a really great sci-fi action thriller set in a different time period, and it really works for that. So yeah, no, check it out. Like, I mean, the only place you can watch it. My only critique about this movie. All right, you ready for this? This is my only big critique. Is that it should have been in theaters. Why wasn't it in theaters? You can only see it on Hulu, which, I'm really happy that Hulu was able to get an original movie like that, but that movie looks so good. It should have been on the big screen. I wish they found a way to, but honestly, I think it was the last movie's fault. The last movie made no money. The Predator 2018, it was that movie's fault. So I think because of that movie, the poor reviews and the barely any money that they made back, I think that's what caused this movie to stay on streaming. So, but anyway, sorry. I'm just I'm just blaming some other.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I ranted earlier about fantasy football, so you go right ahead and rant about this. I'm with you. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but I'm with you.
So that's my mini rant. So just if you guys can check it out, if you can watch Hulu or find another way of watching it, I'm sure it'll come out on Blu-ray at some point. I will get it because I really love that movie. Definitely check it out. It's a great movie. So
nice. Well, thank you as always, Kyle, for that. Appreciate it. So that winds down another edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. Again, want to thank our sponsors, Wes Woodson and Zion Organizing. Definitely shout out to both Marvel at the Movies and the Sports Blitz. Definitely check those out. And for this show, you could check us out here on YouTube. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, and we're on Instagram. So we have not done TikTok yet, probably will not, but at least we've done the other three.
Sorry, TikTok.
Anyway, I don't know if I could do a TikTok if you paid me to.
No. Exactly.
No. Anyway, thanks to everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe. Drop us a comment. We just love to hear from our adoring fans, aka all 5 of you. But anyway, until next time, he's Kyle, I'm Robbie, and this has been On a Couch Talking Sports. And we will see you next time here from the couch. Bye, everybody.